So the cooldown could have a charge. It just could have a charge. Or not. It could be one of those charge effects that instead of charging an effect, it charges the cooldown, adding or removing things from it until it's used. Or maybe it's a different one, because the charge changes an effect, not the cooldown. The cooldown is a different type of variable. So it's okay to have a different type of card to do that. I mean, a different type of status effects. So I'm doing this, by the way. So the amount of seconds the effect is active. So the amount of modification is predefined. Example, 25% minus or plus and here the amount of seconds it modifies the cooldown. The amount of seconds the effect is active. The amount of seconds it modifies the cooldown of all the equipped cards. Mods the cooldown until it's used. So this one applies X minus or plus seconds to the cooldown. There. And how long does it last? Until it's used. Okay, until it's used. So it gets discharged. Like a charge. Okay. So that's two different ways to do it. Let's remove this color. So is it how was it called? Cooldown mod effect. Where is it? Cooldown. It's not here. There we go, we open it. Let's add it right here. So I could have another variable here. So this changes by percentage. Okay, so I could change it by 30%. or 50. Let's say 30 because should it be like that? I think it's a bit boring, you know. This is a bit boring. I don't like this. I prefer to charge it. So this is another type of charge. So cooldown modifier, I could change it here, for example, when it's activated. Set cooldown, activate first card here. Here I could say that the cooldown mod effect, let's do set cooldown. No, not set cooldown. Set cooldown modifier to 0. There. Like this. So when the card is used, the modifier is set to 0. Maybe I can do it like this. If get cooldown modifier greater than 0, or let's say not 0, I set the cooldown modifier to 0, and then I update it. I update the card. Update equipped cards. So I not have two types: cooldown effect percentage that is applied by a timer, and the timer is the effect duration, I'm sure I don't like this, so I may change my mind about this. That's the thing. So is it a status or what? This applies I could have another way, like for example, each time this is applied, it keeps changing it. So when you set the cooldown, you apply this, you do a plus, right? So cooldown percentage. So this is the percentage. I add a percentage here, but I want to change it. It's not a percentage anymore. Goodbye. So the cooldown is going to be minus, or rather plus. So each time the cooldown starts, it applies this modifier. That could be more interesting, you know. So it can increase, or decrease. Until it's super fast or super slow. Would that be fun? So the more times it gets, this could be interesting. So this changes, right? The cooldown modifier. So the cooldown modifier changes the cooldown modifier. Set cooldown modifier. This is not percentage. No. So the value is the thing that gets applied. So the duration is 1. There. Because really, should I set the cooldown modifier to 0? Not really. No, I'm not going to. Oh, actually this is wrong. Okay, let's do this. So this shouldn't get updated here. This updates the cards. Set cooldown modifier. The effect duration is there. Just to tell you that the effect got applied, but it's not the duration. Actually, this should be on the card itself, right? it should change its own card, not every single card. That makes more sense. But if that's the case, then I won't be able to apply to an enemy. So I think it should remain like this. Set cooldown modifier. Okay, so let's explain this. The effect icon is displayed for 1 second just to show it was applied. Each time the effect is applied, it applies the value to modify the cooldown. Let's say the cooldown mode is reset when the affected target what card is used. When so this is a bit weird, but it makes all the cards faster. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense, I think. So there. This modifies this. So if it's like a value of 4, you can increase this by a lot. You can make the enemy super slow in 2 hits, or make the cards take like 1 second to activate, making it super fast, incredibly fast. And if I do that, I'm going to break the game. Okay, so cooldown modifier. So when the card activate first card, no. Oh, okay, yes, because it's activated. Okay, so this is okay. This works fine. And here, equipped, update equipped cards. So I should get this. Update if it's a card, do that. goes through all the cards. Okay, let's copy this. What's this? Must only use that it triggers on self card activation. What's this? No, this is not used anymore. There. Card prefab. Entity. Let's call the parent here. Target. Oh, wait a second. This should update the target. But this is the target. Oh, it's okay. There. So this goes through all the equipped cards and updates them. Update equipped cards text to show the description. So let me check then. Okay. What happened? Oh, profiler. The village. Wood swords. Okay, let's throw them. Okay, let's add effect card player. Cooldown mod true. Self cooldown mod -3. So this will apply a -3 to all cards each time this gets activated. So in like 2 loops this should be 0, cooldown 0. There we go. -3%, -3 seconds, -6, -9, -12, -15. It gets so crazy. 1, -12, -27, -30, -3, and this one should also get updated. I'm not sure. It was fun, right? To see the number go up. So I think that was here. Update spawns cooldown there. If it's a cooldown, let's add an S. Minus 50 S seconds. Minus 3. Oh, let's try again. Or I know. This will make this make more sense, I guess. So if it's 3, it adds 3. If the value is 1, it adds 1. If it's 4, it adds 4 to all the cards. So that makes more sense, I guess. So it's not so crazy, you know. And you still have the motivation to modify the value of the cooldown mod with a charge, for example. So if you charge it, you can change it. You can increase it or decrease it. So I think that makes more sense, and that's better. So this is, oh, look at that, he went ahead. Okay, so add effect card to player, cooldown mod, true. There, so enemy cooldown plus 3. There. Let's remove this. So there and there. So this one will add a -3 to this. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can. Let's see, -3. -3 seconds. Alright. Which makes this faster, and this one faster too, but I can see it there. So if this was -1, it would add a -1. If this was -4, it would be -4. Yes, that makes more sense. I like it that way. Much better. Yeah. Much better. So let's settle this as used. No, not 2 types. Okay, no more doubt about this. So on card prefab, the text stops showing the activation trigger text once the cooldown mod effects is activated. So I corrected this somehow. Wait. Okay, cast. Set cooldown modifier to 0. Oh, if it's not 0, then it updates all of these guys. But what I have to do is update the text here. I have to somehow update the trigger, right? The trigger type, because it was used in 313 and 465. 465 here. The activation, get item activation description, and 313. 313 was it? There we go. The card activation, event text. So let me check where else was this used. Activation trigger. Oh, this is because it gets the trigger event string because cooldown activation. This comes from the from the item component container. So what I could have is this card trigger. It accepts that card trigger and it gets the get activation trigger text or string. Actually this is a string, so let's get a string. Card trigger event there. So what this does is that it just gets a trigger event there. If it's none, it colorizes it. Otherwise, there. So this gets this guy here, and I just have to replace this guy with this, and it will return the item there. Description text. So did I commit a terrible mistake? Event text? No. Trigger event text. No, that's okay. So where else did I? There, up there. So let's replace this event text with activation. So this is only get activation trigger string with the card activation type. That's all I needed. There we go. So that should be enough. Let's try again. Okay. This is cooldown mode +1. let's get rid of the, let's, you know what I could do? Just place it to the side and a trash can will appear. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So self cooldown mode +1, no, that's not good. Combo component. Get rid of this, please. So this is a add effect card to player. Let's add a cooldown mode. Let's add a true. So this is enemy, not what I want right now. +9, -3. There. There, 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 there. There we go. As this. Also, there we go. What? -3 seconds. 1, 2. This is wrong. Something wrong is going on. So the cooldown is finished. Something wrong is going on here. Okay, this works fine. Okay, this works fine. This doesn't work fine. Seems like the cooldown doesn't get applied. So when the cooldown effect triggers, it sets the cooldown. Okay, that's easy to understand. It changes the final cooldown. Yes, that is the cooldown of the card. And then it's there. So if the cooldown modifier is not 0, there, set the cooldown modifier to 0. So this updates this. What's this? Okay, let me. So this updates this. Update base description. Spawns, cooldown. There we go. So if this is not equipped card, wait a second. So spawns, if it's a building, then it shows the cooldown. Okay, cooldown, that shows the cooldown. Parent manager. So if this is inside a parent manager, an entity bean, if it has an activation queue and gets the cooldown modifier, if it's not 0, it will add a space, will get the cooldown modifier, again. Oh, first it gets the sign. So it gets the sign if it's plus or minus, and then gets the cooldown modifier and shows it. Basic description. Okay, then it shows the attack if it's a card, if it's an attack card, and if it's an item card, it changes the description. So this changes the description of the card. Okay, should work. But what's the problem here? So the item card never gets updated. Cooldown 5. Really? Is it the same cooldown? Is that true? Is that really true? Let me check. I'm not so sure about that. Card template. So the wood sword has a cooldown of 5, not 5.5. Cesar. Oh, right, because it's activation duration plus cooldown. So the cooldown is this. Why? I'm not sure. So the punch card is, let's say 6, just to be silly. 6. There was 6 minus 3 seconds. But this should get updated, man. It is updated, but it doesn't show. This shows, but it doesn't get updated. Okay, so the problem is that the item card never gets updated. Let me check here. Cooldown mod changes the equip cards. Update base description text. Cooldown. Okay, and then the item. So this doesn't work. Get item description text. This guy. There. Plus this guy. Effects. Show the effects. So if it doesn't have any effects, it shows the effects with the attention color, and if not, shows all the effects, and then it shows the combo if it has any combo, and that's it. Item activation, right? Shows the item activation, gets the update description text there. So it changes the basic. Oh, wait a minute. What's the basic? The basic. So the basic description text is what? Update base description text. Oh, it's the description. Okay. So this is the description, and it updates the text here. Okay, let's go back. Update. So this changes the, no, this gets this and this. So the basic description. So the problem is that there is a basic description that should never change. Basic. So the basic card description should never change. Maybe I could do this. Do it this way. This is card description. No, card dot description. There. Or not. Right? Wait, no, because this has... Yeah, why not? I should get rid of the basic card description, because all the rest of the things should actually never change. I mean, only the description changes. So I should get this, update description, basic card description, no thank you. Let's do a, can I change the name? No. So this is a string. Updated text. There, start with the card description, and it adds things to it as necessary. There we go. Description text, that's the description text. All right. And I should change this then, because this changes the description text. Let's do a change here, update description text. There we go. So update description text. What? Maybe I should change this there, rename that, because basically you do the same thing. And this is, what is this? Update description text. So let's do a card description, update description text with a new text, there. The trigger, then that's the trigger, and then the components. Let's change the name. Get item components. There. Get item activation. Okay. Update description text. So this gets the items. Activation trigger. Okay. This updates the description text. But without anything inside. So this is the basic one. It gets the basically everything. If it's a building, it adds the buildings, saying how it takes to how much it takes to spawn enemies. If it's not anything, if it's not a building, sets the cooldown. Okay, how many cooldowns do I have here? I have card cooldown. Get cooldown modifier. Okay. Okay, I think it should work. Okay, compile errors. Confuse, health, enemy cooldown, no. Okay, let me add the idea I had before. Wait, not here. The trash can should be to move the card on to the side of the screen, and when you do that, a trash icon appears on the card, right there. So that you don't obstruct the trash can icon there. So let's add effect. So in the end, this command was really useful. let's do cool down mode. Let's do true. Do I have it? No. Let's add again. No, that's 9. 27. What's going on? 81? What? It's increasing. That's a bug. Self cooldown mode -3. That's the one I want. Okay, so I just wanted to show the amount of cooldown mode. Go. Yes, no. Cooldown -3. What? Activation, enter close combat. So it doesn't show the cooldown. Why not? Let me check. Wait, do you know what I need? I need a coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. So else should be here. Activation duration greater than 0. So this should display this updated text. Unless that I'm replacing this with this because it skips the cooldown. Get item activation event description text. Of course, there we go. That's the problem. It skips the cooldown. So maybe I should separate this because many types of cards use the cooldown, except buildings. Their item I should include another type of string getter there. So this displays the effects, item components should be there. Update description. Wait. Let's do this here. Update. That there. So this should be the same as this. It's the same. Let's delete this. There we go. So here, if it's a card, it's the description plus the attack card. Wait, so the attack card doesn't show the cooldown? Wait a second. Let me check. Oh, look at that. Just as I suspected, the punch card gets visited and it doesn't show the cooldowns. Here, see? So let's get the cooldown. Let's create the thing that there. So spawns cooldown here. Attack or neither the attack. Okay, so let's use the cooldown. Cooldown. Okay. Public string get cooldown string. Let's do a private. Why? Come on, bro. Private. I want to get free. Private. What am I even doing? My string. No. String. Cooldown text. There we go. So let's replace this with all of this and return that. There we go. So the other thing I want to do is get the attack if it's an attack card. The public string get attack string. Return this. So let's come here. If it's an attack, let's do this and let's update the text. Get attack string, and actually this is useless because then it gets replaced. Let's remove this. So where is this used? Get item. Okay. Get a cooldown. Get cooldown string. And for the attack, let's do a cooldown plus get attack. plus plus. So let's add a break. Okay. Break plus break. So here I can do a cooldown plus break plus get item activation plus that. Let's see. Okay. Basic attack that targets only one enemy. Attack 2. Cooldown. Why there is such a big space there? Okay. Great. Cooldown 5. Activation. Enter close combat. Perfect. Applies effects to an item card. Activation so and so. No activation. Spawns every 3 nights. Okay, so let's fix first the attack. Why does it have a such a weird so get attack string. Where is this used? Update description. Oh, look at that. It adds a big jump. So maybe this jump isn't necessary. Let's see. Oops. New text. There. Let's go. Actually, I like this space. I like this space. But why do I get another space there? Cooldown. Maybe should have less. 25. So let's card description, I have this, and the text. Get attack string. Attack. Okay, let's remove this line break. Return the attack. That's all I wanted. Let's try again. Okay, so I have the attack. I have a space on the cooldown. Why do I have this? Wait a second. Get attack string, right? Get cooldown, so... Oh, I have a line break there. No, thank you. No line break. No need for line breaks. Okay, let's try again. I don't want a line break, thank you. Let's see. Okay, much better. I like this. What's with this weird spacing? Attack to cooldown 6. Activation, enter close combat. Cooldown. Effects, activation, none. What's with this weird? So let's see. This. The weird spacing only happens in the effects components. Let's see. Card. Let's go to visit. Their item component. There we go. Update item. Update item. Get cooldown. Update. Okay, how many line breaks do I have? Only this one. Update description text. Let's add that. Let's do 10. Let me check here. Updated text. Description text. response. Okay, let's see, where do I use the card description? No. This card description. Only here. Update description. Okay. So when do I update this? Here. Update description text spawns. Okay, what was the problem? Activation. So activation is not the problem because I have no problem there. The problem is in the combo and fusion. Applies effects to an item card. Let me check the card itself, so I can actually take a look at the text title type. This no, not type, lower section, description section. There we go. So this size 25 applies. We have a break and the size 25. So that means I'm applying what? Line break, line height percentage. Where is that 25? Applies effect to an item card. Then I have a break. Then I have a size 25%. Where do I have that? Nowhere. What? So let me check. Maybe I hard coded it. It's not here. Effects. Applies effects to an item card. And the effects component. So maybe I have a line break that says 25 somewhere. Where is it? Nowhere. Nowhere. So nowhere I have. Maybe I need to compile. Let's see. Okay. Perfect, perfect, not perfect, and not perfect. Where could this be? Maybe I'm adding this size somewhere. Maybe it's the sprite. RT sprite, RT size. What percentage? RT. Maybe it's this, you know. Size. Maybe I'm using this somewhere else. Look at this. That's the problem, right? Because I added a combo. So this is center. I'm just changing the size. I center this. I colorize it. So maybe the problem is something else. Break. Size. That's a bit big, isn't it? I have it as 10. Then I use the activation. So I have a break, a size. Oh, that's the line break. And 2 breaks. Why 2 breaks? This is the effects. Do I have a break here? No. I have a break. Plus 1 break here. Effect. So that's for the combo. Maybe the problem is not the combo, but the effects. So there, I add this guy. Effect list, effects. No, the problem is not on the effect. The problem is right after the components, this guy. There. Oh, look at this. I have the activation and an event trigger string that is colorized and bolded. B. Oh, the there is a bold there, so the B is a bold. Where is a bold? No, there are 2 breaks here. Break, size, break, break. Color, activation. So just before the activation there is a break, right? Yes, sir. Activation. There is bold, there is a color, E27D something something. Must be this one, not this one. This one. There. So right before this guy, is this an item? No, this is a fusion. So this is used here. their cooldown. I add a break, but this is for attack cards only. There. So maybe the problem is this. So get cooldown and break. Get this guy, and at the end there is a break. No problem after the activation. The problem is before the activation. So let's see. This one. Get cooldown. So we have no breaks here. Okay, what happens right before the activation? Okay, not this one, because this doesn't have a cooldown. Wait. So, okay, so this... Okay, so this might be activating, because this is used on fusion cards also. So is this an item card? Does this count as an item card? No, this is an item component. Item component card. So this is a different type of card. So that's why I have a cooldown here. So let's check. Okay. Update description. Wait. Okay, so spawns. Okay. The problem is when it gets visited and I have this. When it's an effect, the card component effect. So component type, let's see, this is a component type, this one effect. So here, then I do item. Look at this, crazy, isn't it? So let's update the description text. This is not an item. What am I even doing? So this should be cooldown. No, thank you. This gets the item. Activation text. Item. Let's set components. Get item components activation description text. Activation event. Let's change this. Let's change this to string. There we go. get item component. There we go. Description text. Should I say string instead? String. There we go. So this is not an item. This is a there. This is a combo and this is an effect card. There we go. So with that, I think I fixed it. Man, I'm getting this is so complex, it's giving me a headache, you know. These cooldown status effects. No, that's what's the confuse. I get confused with the confuse effects and the cooldown. Okay, perfect. So I don't have a weird spacing anymore. There we go, nice combo. Attack 2, cooldown. Great, so I fixed the text. Self cooldown mode. Okay. To an item card. So this is an item and the source. Item source. Activation none. I want to change the color of the activation thing. So let's get into this. Card image, base, description. Let's go to the description. Lower description. So let's put this as a nice green color. Yellowish. Cool down. Bluish. So there, that one. Greenish. Activation. Look at that, it's destroying my eyes. there. So this is this color. So let's get the activation. Get activation event string, colorize activation. Artibolt. Convert. Okay. There we go. So you know what, I think the color to when this is none, there it should always be like this. So let's change this. There. Or maybe empty circle. There. String. Circle. Is this the one? This is the one. So you return this, return circle. There we go, colorize and bold. That's what I wanted. So that this is always the same color and the same shape. Let me check. So I never got an if or anything similar. Great. So every time this is returned, I get the same type. It's bold and so on. And the same color. Okay. There we go. Save. Let's check. So that was an easy and I think a powerful change. Because it shows the none sign, the empty sign, in the same way everywhere. So look at this, the activation is this one. Effects activation none. Look at this. It changes the effect color to yellow. So let's check the item. The item colors. Get item component. Let's check this FX. Okay, so this should be like this. That's because it was empty. Let's try again. Did I save? Yes. Let's try again. There we go. Effects none. Activation none. Combo. Attack should be red. Combo should be blue. Okay, let's leave it like this, like it is, like now. Wait, I want. So these are effects. This is the combo. Okay, so I don't have a small space. That's okay. Okay, that's enough for now. So the effects modify cooldown. Okay, so this is done. Did I really fix it? Cooldown mod -1. So I was fixing this guy. So let's see. There we go. So all the cooldowns had a problem, I think. That's why I couldn't. I mean, I need to see the text here. There. Okay, yes. There, -1. 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, doesn't work. Okay, I'll be right back and I'll fix that. Look, this looks so good, doesn't it? It's a simulation. Oh, look at this, so nice. Oh, nice pixel art, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful, it's so beautiful. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yes, I don't remember. Let's be right back. Yes, I am back. Oh, so the problem was I couldn't properly uh, evaluate if the cooldown worked correctly because the text wasn't showing correctly. So I had to fix the text so that I can see if the cooldowns get updated. So at least I can see that the cooldowns show correctly, right? Let's get a card that has higher cooldowns so that they are easier to see. There, cooldown -3. There, self cooldown mode -3. Maybe I should change the name. I should change energize, because energize speeds up or slows down everything. Or vitality or something like that. Cooldown. Yes, I was thinking to add a card called tired, so that could reduce the cooldowns of all the cards. There. So that works fine. -3. You know what? -3. So there. When it gets activated, it's reduced. Or maybe when the cooldown there, it gets used and the cooldown is reduced until the cooldown ends. That's really weird, isn't it? So enter close combat. So this isn't updated. Can I grab this? Yes. So I have drink it to get effects, cooldowns, 7 seconds. Just waiting until I get new enemies. Oh, look at that tower. Didn't realize I had this there. So I don't have to wait. There. So this guy got activated and I got the cooldown. There we go. Perfect. So the problem is that punch cards. Let's see what's the problem. Cooldown. So this sets the cooldown modifier. Wait a second. So when the first card gets activated, that's the problem. When the first card gets activated, the entire activation cooldown modifier is set to 0. That's the problem. Update description text. There. Spawns. So let's do public void update attack card description text. There we go. There we go. So the problem was, if it's an attack card, update attack card description text. If it's an item, this is updated. There we go. So this should be fixed. The problem is that when the first card gets activated, all the rest of the cards stop having their cooldown modifier. But I want to change the name. Let me ask Grok. I'm making a deckbuilder game. I have cards with effects that the player can use to either slow down the rate at which enemies activate their cards, which make them slower to attack or apply skills, and also to speed up the rate at which the player hero tags or activates skill. So it changes the speed of actions. Speed up or down. How can I call this type of effect? Give me 50 options. Tempo shift, swiftness, chrono surge, momentum, lag, speed spike, time ramp, flow, pulse, cadence, blitz, chrono flux, velocity, action speed, tempo shift, swiftness, momentum, maybe I can call it dexterity, lag, speed, velocity, inertia. I don't know. Wait, accelerant, boost, minus, so it's minus, haste, slow minus, acceleration, time, not so sure. Give me 50 more. Rapid fire, overclocking, overclocking, that's nice. Plus, no, sloth, speed burst, vigor, time lapse, fervor, maybe I can just name it cooldown, you know, cooldown minus time boost, celerity, time thirst, time lapse, chrono rush, give me, no, don't give me, overclock, okay, let's leave it like that. Never mind, I'm gonna leave it like that. So that's the problem. I actually, it should last this, you know. After some time, or each time it gets used, it's reduced by 1. How about that? How about that? So if it's minus, it's increased. It always goes back to 0. Effect duration. So if it's 1, it lasts for 1 second. For how long should it last? When should this... For how long should this last? Okay, maybe it's applied to... It's okay because the next card... Okay, so let's do this. The effect lasts until the next card is used. So that way you can choose, you can place it in a strategic place so that the next effect will be super fast. How about that? So this effect targets all the equipped cards. Okay. Maybe it's okay, you know. The effect lasts for until the next card is used. Let me see. Okay. So this trash can is really annoying. Enter close combat, attack. Add effect, cooldown mode, true. -3, okay. There, so when this gets activated, all the cooldowns change. Oh, that's too close. There. Oh, look at that. It appears and disappears. Nice. Okay. Almost there. Let's do... Okay, let's do this. The cooldown is the first thing that appears, always. Cooldown. And maybe let's put the effects below. And maybe I can, instead of having the attack in the same in a specific color, I can use the effects color to show that the attack is an effect. So let me check this. I can do this, colorize, and I can do a public const string x color effects. So all the effects should have this nice color. Let's do there, X color. Okay, string helper dot X color effects, and let's change this there. Let me check here. Okay. So can I do an update attack card, cooldown, activation, and attack? There we go. So you will now have the effect, I mean the color of all effects. There we go. So the attack +2 effects, attack +2. Maybe I can, okay, attack +2, cooldown 6, activation, enter close combat. Okay, so this makes more sense now. Combo, charge to target effects. So when this activates, it's a combo, it activates a combo. And the trigger is when the card is activated. But already have the trigger here. The activation trigger, which is confusing, you know. That's confusing. Activation. Yeah, let's get rid of that. So item component. Let's get rid of it should use the card activation trigger. There we go. Oh, hello. 20, around 20. I started to learning to code in high school, the 3 last years of high school. So around 20 years. Okay, so this looks much simpler and clear. So activation, doesn't have an activation. I need to activate it somehow. Okay, so let's self cooldown -1. There we go. Confuse. No, thank you. No, this is C#. Unity and C#. Card. No. Add effect. This is cooldown mod and true. Self cooldown mod -3. Alright. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So let's add this effect to the card. Okay, cooldown minus. So this should affect the cooldowns of all cards, making them faster. Let's see. There. Okay. Okay, so this got activated. -3. Okay, so I need to quit now. I'll be back in a couple of hours.